Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. daily weather brief. Starting off by taking a look at our current radar imagery here. This is the most recent scan where we do see some light reflectivity off to the north, and that's going to continue to be the case throughout the day today and into tomorrow morning. Much of that reflectivity does look to stay north of the stationary boundary that lies across central Virginia and just south of our local area. And if we move into the weekend and through the next 7 days here, we'll see that that boundary off to our south is going to lift northwards, which we can see here in the top left. And this places much of the area in the warm sector by the evening of tomorrow, with our highs expected to climb into the 60s. And while most of the models do have a favorable daytime warm-up, some of the high-resolution models are suggesting that cooler air may linger around into the evening, so that certainly remains a possibility. But regardless of how that timing pans out, as we move into Sunday on the right-hand side here, we will see that warm-up continue ahead of a front that is depicted on the top right, moving into the area from the west. That front is expected to stall out overhead and dissipate throughout the day, and that effectively increases our rain chances, with a very slight chance of seeing a thunderstorm associated with that frontal feature. And then looking towards next week, our temperatures do appear to remain well above average, likely peaking Tuesday and or Wednesday, with widespread highs in the low 80s further inland and locally in the upper 60s and 70s and lower 70s. And those conditions do look to carry into Thursday morning before we see a conditionally stronger front move through, and that is likely to arrive with some widespread rain chances, the possibility for some thunderstorms, and cooler temperatures overall, which will likely bring us, and most models seem to agree that we'll see a cool down, bringing us back below normal average temperatures for this time of the year, at least later in the week. Touching on the 24-hour forecast from this morning, continuing to see everything trending as expected, seeing those low-level clouds out there sticking around and kind of in a battleground state between some sunshine breaking through and just persistent low-level clouds. We'll start to see those clouds lift, anticipated here in the afternoon. Conditions turning mostly broken for the remainder of the period, and highs climbing into the mid to potentially upper 40s. And our winds on the decline as of current, potentially gusting into the teens for periods as we move into the evening, and then we see a progressive downward trend till winds shift out of the southeast to be overall pretty light. And for our precip chances for today, seeing greens across the board with only some very slight chances in those overnight hours, in which we might see a glancing blow of a shower working its way from the more northern areas of the region. And we'll see those lowered clouds build in overnight and some fog likely tomorrow morning. Looking at the short-term risk chart here on Saturday, expecting to see a morning fog with skies becoming partly cloudy once that fog erodes away, and a high around 60. Good chance of seeing those lowered ceilings and visibilities. Saturday night, partly to mostly cloudy and a low around 50, in the low 50s that is. Greens across the board, although at the very later half we might see some low clouds building in. And Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy, and we see a chance of passing showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder, some slightly elevated winds, conditions becoming slightly breezy, but looking to remain below wind advisory criteria at the moment, and the chance of seeing once again some lowered ceilings and visibilities, all tied with that front that's going to be pushing in and stalling overhead. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast here on Friday. Today, seeing that morning fog and low-level clouds, mostly cloudy throughout the day today, some sun breaking through occasionally, seeing a very slight chance of showers pass through overnight, and morning fog expected tomorrow morning before becoming partly cloudy. And then Sunday into Monday morning, Sunday night into Monday morning, seeing that front pass through and bring in those rain chances. We'll also see temperatures on the increase, on the rise, and continue that trend into Tuesday and Wednesday, where we'll also see some clearing skies. Should be a nice start to the week once we get past those showers on Monday. And then Thursday, seeing another chance of precipitation as a front comes through, and seeing mostly cloudy skies throughout a majority of the day, still looking to remain above average for temperatures until the evening of Thursday, when we'll see that cold air work in. That is going to conclude the 7-day outlook. Hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll be back on Monday morning at 8:15 with the daily weather operations brief.